Hello, air signs. Welcome back to Meaningful Motivations with Tracy Erickson. And of course, if you're new to this channel, welcome. My name is Tracy Erickson, and this is the general tarot reading for air signs for July 2025. So that just means if you are Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, then this is your general tarot reading, and it's for July 2025. So as usual, you should just take whatever parts of the reading that resonate with you. All right, and we have the Father of Swords as the central card for you guys. Interesting. Right away, the symbolism here is the owl and the sword. So I do feel like there is some wisdom in your thinking in the month of July. Let's go on. Over here, we have the Three of Cups. And that one is next to the Daughter of Swords. There's that owl and sword again. Ooh. All right, over here, we have the Emperor. Wow, got some major arcana. And the Hierophant. Wow, I love this. Okay, you guys. All right, with this main card having the Father of Swords, right? This is basically like the Father of Swords would be a lot like the King of Swords. So this is a card of wisdom. It's a card of tact, of knowing what to say and when to say it. All right. So it looks like leading up to this point of July 2025, there has been something that you've learned. There could have been a possible deception with friends or other people with that Three of Cups next to the Daughter of Swords. But I think more so for most of you, these two cards next to each other will represent how your relationships with others and, you know, the different emotions that spring up based on different people, that has led you to some type of wisdom, right? With the Daughter of Swords is like the younger version of the Father of Swords. Okay, and it's also the feminine version. Okay, so then the message is telling me some type of deception with others has led to a certain type of wisdom within you, okay, at this point. Now, moving forward, knowing this, and also as you have refined your own thoughts and attitudes surrounding the people in your life, your emotions, and your thinking, this is going to be leading you towards the Emperor energy, which is where you've created your own firm foundation and you're standing tall on your own. This Emperor energy is like having inner authority, okay? Now, next to the Hierophant, this inner authority could have been built on something that, you know, it's like a crow or a raven standing on a key. All right, so I feel like it's some kind of inner work that was the key to this point of you having this inner authority regarding something, okay? This inner authority likely has a lot to do with your thinking, your attitude, and that kind of stuff. But it all stems from you recognizing what other people in your life offered to you, if that makes sense. All right, air signs, I'm going to shuffle the Rider-Waite deck a few times, and let's get a little clarity on this reading for all you Geminis, Libras, and Aquarius out there. All right, one more shuffle. The Justice card. Oh, see? I feel like a new balance is taking place because your thoughts have been refined here. And with Justice, it's a balancing of the scales. I feel like you're not letting other people get to you anymore the way that you might have in the past, air signs, because you're standing in this inner authority and you have the key to your own understanding. Also, with this lightning bolt in the background, I just noticed, I feel like this, the Hierophant card is also just representing some type of thing that you do that connects you to the divine, that connects you to your source. Wow, and then we have Queen of Pentacles here. So I think that this balancing out of your thoughts and attitudes towards other people mostly is really going to lead you to this Queen of Pentacles energy where you're focusing solely on the garden that you're growing here, air signs. So you're going to let go of what other people think, and your focus will be solely on that pentacle that you have in your lap. And that pentacle in your lap is representing all these things. You see, she has a beautiful garden around her, but it's just not mature yet. It's not fully mature like a king would be. All right? So it's like you're starting to recognize that the more you water your garden with your attention and love, then the more that you will start seeing results. Wow, and then we have the Three of Pentacles. That's interesting because we also have the Three of Cups. So again, look at the image here. He's standing on a bench while the other two are looking on, possibly even listening to what he has to say about something. So with this Three of Pentacles, I feel like you've risen above those other people that you maybe followed or listened to in the past. All right, I feel like you, again, have come to your own inner authority here because he is standing on a platform a little above the others, right? And we have the Strength card. Wow, you guys. I love this. I think in some way you've definitely been taming that beast within. And when I say that beast, you know, if you've been watching my channel, you know that symbolically, anytime you see animals, especially in these cards, it's going to represent a habitual thought or attitude that you've been having, right? But this Strength card, the habitual thought and attitude, is literally your higher self or this inner part of you, represented by the woman, taming this beast, this lion, that is going to be representing like the ego, the lower self. All right? It's that same energy that I got from the Hierophant. It's like you've been doing something that's been connecting you to the divine and been the key to all of this hidden knowledge of yourself, right? So with that Strength card, I just feel like in the month of July, as you kind of like recognize the role other people have played in your emotions and thinking, it's going to bring you to this point of maturity in your thinking, you know, regarding your place, really. And I think what that means, what I mean by that, because then the next thing we have is the Emperor and the Hierophant. Air signs, I think July is going to be the perfect time for you to really focus on you and your development and your connection with God or the divine or the universe or whatever you want to call it. It's that inner soul connection. And I really think that if you do that, you're going to come out of July with much more wisdom than you entered, because it goes from the Daughter of Swords to the Father of Swords, from the Father of Swords to the Emperor and the Hierophant. But this could have all been sparked by some type of third party, well, maybe a third party for some of you. But I think this is more along the lines of maybe friendships or just relationships with other people, the way they're making you feel, and all of that. All right? So air signs, again, this month is going to be a good month for you to really connect with that inner authority and wisdom, tame the outer beast, so that you can really focus on what it is that you're creating in your own environment, you know, in your own life. And this is going to bring a new balance, not only to your thinking, your mentality, mostly really in your thinking and mentality, let's be honest, but it's just going to bring a sense of balance to your life. Maybe you've been ignoring this part of yourself for a while, all right? But you can do it. All right, air signs, now I'm going to shuffle the Queen of the Moon Oracle and see what advice comes out for all you Geminis, Libras, and Aquarius. All right. We got the Action card. See, so Your advice here is to take action towards those inner impulses. See how she's just, when I look at the image here, I feel like she's dancing like no one is watching, but she's creating all of this magic energetically. So I feel like you should really just follow your heart. Look, and this is the number 15. 1 plus 5 is 6. And 6 is the same number that is on the Lover's card. So I feel like you need to connect with your heart space and really just, you need to take actions that are in alignment with what you want and what brings you pleasure in the month of July. And I feel like if you take these action steps towards your, this divine connection that you have with Source, and also action in taming the ego, this is going to bring you so much pleasure. You're going to be creating a certain kind of magic in your life. Like we already said, you're going to be coming to this Queen of Pentacles energy. Wow, air signs, I love it. Okay, I'm going to shuffle the Wisdom of the Oracle deck a few times, and I'm going to pull 3 cards as a final message for all you Geminis, Libras, and Aquarius for July 2025. All that glitters. You know what? With this card, it's like there's a couple of masks sitting on top of a pile of what looks like gold, right? But with these masks on top of the pile, I just feel like you're going to start to recognize that sometimes things in the physical world are just not as they seem. You think it's valuable like gold, but when you get closer, it's just a pile of glitter. And it's fooling you into thinking it's gold, right? Notice the divine figure in the sky over here looking over this. I feel like instead of connecting more with the lower nature, again, just like that Strength card, the Hierophant and all that, this is just confirmation that July is going to be a good month for you to disconnect more from the lower self and to connect more with the higher self. And with the number 16, 1 plus 6 is 7. That's a very spiritual number, okay? Next, we have Come to the Edge. So this is asking you to act in a different way than you might have in the past. Sometimes you might have been playing it safe, just basically living life the way you've always lived life because that is the safe way to do it, right? But I feel like the more that you can come to the edge, take a risk, do something different. That's what this Come to the Edge is all about. It's about doing something different to create different results. 36. 3 plus 6 is 9. And that's the number of completion of a cycle, right? So I feel like you're at this point where you've had enough of one way of being. And now it's time to just change things up. Come to the edge. Do something different so that you can start a new cycle. And we have the TikTok card. Oh my gosh, you guys. I feel like everybody's getting the TikTok card. This is like something that is pressing on you. The time has come. Now is the time to create this connection with yourself with the 30, digiting down to 3 in numerology. This is about you feeling like now is the time. It could feel like, it's like, it's not this feeling of time is running out, but it's like time is pressing on you. It is the time to get moving in a new direction, to create this thing you want to create, this beautiful garden in the Queen of Pentacles, to create this, new energy from the higher self. It's going to be a little different. Now, in the month of July, air signs, it's going to be up to you to move your focus from the outer to the inner world, because I feel like your spirit is calling you towards that with the TikTok. All right, so that is your message for July. It's all about finding wisdom in your thinking, finding a connection with your higher self over your lower self, and shaking things up a bit, doing something different with your day-to-day routine. All right, air signs. And now I'm going to ask my pendulum 3 questions for you. So you can pause the video now and think of 3 yes or no questions. And as usual, you should connect to your own intuition and heart space. So when you hear the yes or no answer, you will know if that is the right answer for you. Here we go. For air signs, question number 1 is the answer yes or no. For question number 1, the answer is no. Thank you. And for air signs, question number 2 is the answer yes or no. All right, for question number 2, the answer is no. Thank you. And for air signs, question number 3 is the answer yes or no. All right, for question number 3, the answer is yes. All right, air signs, that wraps up your reading for July 2025. So as usual, if you're still here, don't forget to click that like button for me. And of course, if you're a viewer but not yet a subscriber, I'm inviting you now to click subscribe down below. And once you have subscribed, you can turn on the notifications bell if you would like to be notified each and every time I upload a new video. Thank you guys so much for watching and spending your time with me. I love you. And I'll see you next time. Bye.